and welcome to Joy Hacks, the channel where I share life hacks with you, and those hacks will make your life easier and bring more joy to it. So the hacks I want to share with you today has to do with overcoming resistance when you have to get things done. Been there? Thought so. Me too. So it's for those days when you feel completely stuck. You have your to-do list of things to do. You're totally uninspired. You don't know where to start. And then minutes, if not half hours, go by and you feel like you're absolutely not making the best use of your time. So I've been there and I struggle with that myself. And then I created maybe a method that I believe solves some of these feeling stuck. And the method is called the random method, and it's exactly what it sounds. It entails creating your to-do list and then choosing the task to do in a random way. Before we start, I already hear the objection, yes, but what if I have a meeting? Of course, there will always be event in your to-do list that you can't move or shift around because they happen at fixed time. But depending on what you do, I think it's quite likely that there might be other items on the list that you can move along the day. Replying to emails, writing a document, doing your grocery shopping. It can be something also related to your personal life. So when you have that kind of flexibility, this is when you apply the random method. So start with your day, make sure that there are like some time slots that are occupied by event that you can move, but work on all the rest of the time, the rest of the day, because in those slots that are not taken, this is where you can play the random method. So the random method is a trick that really beats procrastination and help you take action without overthinking. So you let chance decide what task to do first. And again, if you have your list, it will just be reorganized randomly. And why is this effective? Well, there are so many reasons, but sometimes even just picking the right task feels too much. So you waste time thinking what is the right order for the things you need to do, but that's not a good use of your time. Just let random decide for you. So you just write down all the tasks of the day, any number from 5 to 20, depending on the day and how many flexible time slots you have. And then you can either assign a number to each of them and then roll the dice or use an app, or you can write them in a post-it and then put them in a jar and pick one up. But the key part is that whatever comes up, you have to do it. There is no second guessing, there is not stopping and thinking or overthinking. You just go with the flow. Why does this method work? Because yes, the task will not change. That will be the same that you had in your original very boring list. But what will change is the fact that you don't know when they pop up. So you will save time. You will get rid of decision fatigue. When we have too many things to do and we don't know where to start, we kind of freeze. So this method eliminates completely the decision-making part around where to start from your list. It's just random. And so it happens faster. And then you overcome procrastination, because normally so many to-do list gurus say, oh, whatever you really dread to do that day, put it top of the list, so that once it's done you can go on with the rest of the day. But that never worked for me, because if I have a super boring things to do first thing in the morning, I really don't start the day in the right way, or I might just waste time because I don't really want to tackle that. But with the random method, you will not know exactly when that task will appear. Yes, it could show up as first, but it could also be the last. So it's much easier to start this way. And also there is a gamification aspect, because of course it's fun. It's like you're going into you're receiving challenges that you have to conclude and This way, it's like you're playing a game, a quest, if you will. And every time that you finish a task, you can also like reward yourself with a little dance, listening to music, or things that gives you joy. What is important to understand about this method is that it will make things much easier for you, but also fun. So it's a perfect joy hack. It sparks joy, but it's also effective. So it will definitely increase your productivity. You don't know whether it should be the right time now to reply to an email or to work on a project. Just roll a dice or flip a coin. You don't know which outfit to wear. Let randomness decide. So have your different outfit prepared and just like extract a number, use an app. This way, you will find out that you waste less time thinking and try to come up with the right decision. And also, there will be this thrill of, being told what to do next. So, how does the method work? How can you apply it? Step 1, write down your task of the day. And as an extra, I suggest don't only write down the task, but also the duration of the task. And again, by experience, make sure that no task lasts longer than half an hour, 40-minute maximum. Why? Because it's really clear that you will not be able to focus on the same task for 1 hour straight. But if you have things that will take more than 30 minutes to accomplish, let's say prepare a presentation, then by all means feel free to divide them in smaller chunks. So maybe one of the items in your to-do list would be create the outline of the presentation. The second one could be create the deck, like from a design perspective. And then another one that can be on the same day or the next day, depending on when your deadline is, could be write the first slides and so forth until the task is finished. But by experience, make sure no item in your to-do list, no single item is longer than 30-40 minutes. This way, you will also be able to insert at least 2-3 elements that are only for fun. Could be calling a friend, or some beauty routine, or meditating, or running around the block, or listening to your 3 favorite songs, dancing in the living room. This way, the random method could decide that your day starts with 3 fun activities instead of having, as we said, the boring one on top. So here's an example of how I would do it. And again, you can find a method that works for you. Sometimes when I'm working from the office and of course I can't bring my props, I normally use an app. You can use, for instance, random.org, where you can create lists and randomize them. But if you're at home, maybe you can find something more creative, like a jar, where you can write post-it with your different activities that you want to accomplish in the day, and then pick up one, just read it. And that's exactly what I was explaining before. So thank you, randomness. Write a presentation first draft. This is an example, like 30 minutes. And then of course, if I finish the presentation, I have to finish the presentation in a couple of days. There will be more items around that. Let's see another one, just to keep with the random thing. So the second one is launch a workshop on Instagram. So again, if maybe you're preparing a workshop, maybe you have your own business, or you're doing it for your company or social media manager, and you decide that you want let people know that there is a workshop coming. So you create everything that you need, like the visual, the text, and then you launch it. Or maybe it's already been prepared, you just have to technically launch it. Again, if you think it's going to take more than half an hour, definitely create more than one entry in your to-do list. And that's it, basically. This is the all joy hacks. So again, create your to-do list of everything that you want to accomplish in the day that is not in a specific time slot, but it can be like appear randomly in the day, and randomize it. And then you really need to do everything that's written in the list in that order. So now that you know, let me, and if you try this out, let me know in the comments how it went, and if you you were more efficient by doing that. And of course, the comment is where things are really interested. And again, if you like these joy hacks, please do remember to subscribe, and this way you will get notification when there is a new joy hacks published. Thank you so much, and I really want to hear it from you in the comments. Bye!